Hey everybody, welcome to a Realty Gaming or Char Effects. Today we are here in After Effects. I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a intro without any plugins. So yeah, here we go. Just basically what you want to do: create your text. Now remember, this is no plugin, so you can't use text animation, or you could, but the thing is, it's gonna look very bad. So what you want to do is, I'm gonna choose Splat Font 2 because I think it looks good, and put your inner text. I'll put like tut or something like tut. I'll put tutorial or tutor. Yes. And then what we want to do is create, save some text, put this below, and enable the top one. Inside the outlines, open this up. The contents, add a group, and shift click all of these, and then just drag these onto the group one. Click on group one, add a stroke, make it bigger, and make this black. We're not gonna do brown cap because I think bug cap looks better on this font. So yeah. Next, what we can do is you can duplicate this group into group 2 and go to stroke, color, and make this a bit darker gray, like that. What we want to do is click on group 2, add a repeater. Make the copies 20, transform repeaters, position 0. Just change this second position. I'll make this like 3. Make the scale like 9 to 9. I'm gonna make the position 2. That looks good. Next, what we can do is we can add a gradient ramp. We can add a gradient ramp and just put it onto here. I'm gonna make this color like blue-ish and maybe some more blue, like that. Maybe you can stop the clip, maybe like that, and we can move these closer together. We can add a radial ramp if you want. Actually, now let's just make these a bit further apart like this, and that looks pretty good. Next, we can add a inner shadow to here. Make this -90, the angle. Make the size nothing, and make the opacity 35. You can make the distance bigger. Like, I'll make the distance 10, maybe. Yeah, 10. So that looks pretty good. We can now pre-compose this. Go to Effect and Presets and add a warp, and drag it onto here. Make the bend 0 and make the vertical distortion 15. Pre-compose this again and move all attributes into a new composition. Go to Layer Styles, Stroke. Make the stroke bigger and then make the color of the stroke white. You make it a bit smaller if you want. I'll make it 7. And that's pretty good. Now click on this button right here, the transfer button, and pre-compose this layer again. And then what you want to do, go to Layer Styles and Drop Shadow. Make the distance like 50 and the angle 90, and make the size just bigger around here, and then you will get this cool text. And then what we can do now, because we are done with the text now, we can add a new composition, call it main. And then what you want to do is drag your audio file inside. So you already have it imported, but if you want to import yours and you don't have it imported yet, what you want to do is just go to your file and just drag it onto here, and you'll get this. So and then once you're done doing that, drag your intro song into the timeline right here. Make sure to all edit it like in like Audacity or something. So this audio file is like 15 and 5 seconds. So we can make this 15 and 05. Click on this arrow button next to the song. Click on this. Go to audio. Click on this. Click on the waveform thing. And you get this. And on each beat, make sure you're highlighting the song. But what you want to do is every beat you want to add a new marker by pressing the start button on your keyboard. So yeah. So what you want to do is when moving your if you want to play sound while moving your cursor, then you can, if you hold control while doing it, then it'll make sound. So I'll be back when I'm done doing this. Actually, I'll just do it on camera. Never mind. So on each drum thing, you're gonna add like a beat. And if you want to move by one frame, do page up and page down. So there we go. You now drag our text composition onto a timeline below the song, and you'll get this. What we can do now is go. I'm gonna put this in the description, but you want to get this text expression file. Copy this. Go to this arrow button. Go to transform. Alt click on scale, and do this. Now nothing happened, but if you keyframe scale, go click page up like 3 times, and make it 0. You get that. We can make it even better by easing this first one. And what we can do now, we can make the text like 3D rotate by click on this 3D button right here. Keyframe X rotation. Move this keyframe like behind a bit. Make this 360. Move it way forward, like this. Keyframe assistant, easy ease. And then you can move these things until this big bump area is like exactly touching the part where you want it to spin. You can see that's too fast, so what we can do is we can move this back, move this forward, and then we can just edit this again, like normal. can do now, at the end part, we can keyframe Y rotation. Move this back, make this 360. Move this forward. Easy ease this. Do this. There we go. Now what you can do next, we can add our own BG. So click on this composition button, make a new beat, or make the name BG. Click OK. What you can do now is add a new solid. Make sure it's the color of your intro except very dark. So I'm making like a very dark blue. And then you got this. We can now go to our main and put this BG thing under here, and you get this. What we can do now is the BG is plain, so we can add a new composition called this particles. Add a new solid and call it particles. Add CC particle world, and you get this. We can make the birth rate 1, and then we can go to physics, gravity 0. You can already see that, that's looking pretty good. We can make the alright, so we can go to producer, change the radius X and radius Y. We get this. You can change this, but I don't really recommend doing that. Like twirl isn't that good. It just does this. Twirly, it's the same thing except weirder. Fire, not that bad, but I don't like it. Jet sideways, still too fast. So we're still stuck with explosive. Go to particle, make the colors of your interest. Make this one blue, and I'll make this one a bit of a darker blue. Like this. Go to our BG and put these particles above here. If you want, you can add hue. No, never mind. So we got this. Now what we can do is we can make a new composition, call it squares. Actually, no, let's make this circles. So add a new circle by press Q until this becomes a circle or ellipse, and just make this bigger. Like that's good enough. So what we want to do is the anchor point is a bit weird. As you see, if you change the size, it goes from there. So let's just move it to the middle by clicking this tool and moving it to the middle. Align to the middle. And now we can change the color to a bit of a whitish color. Make this size bigger, or the stroke size. And if you make this bigger, you see that this cool thing will come up. So to make it 0, but around like 1.5 seconds. Make this until like you can't see on the screen, like this. Easy ease, and make it like a very in ease like this. And there we go. Now duplicate this, move this until like around like half of the point, or like around half of 1 second. So around 30 seconds, you can do that. On this second one, we can add a fill and make this like a bluish color. And then we can add Venetian lines onto this second one. Make transition complete 50. the width bigger until it looks good like this, and make the direction around 780 maybe. We can need the width to be bigger and the completion to be bigger. We can now add echo. Now, if I'm right, we should be able to do it by -1 second. I think. Yep, and make the copies around 20. And put this onto here. Right, it should be able to work. Yep, and we got this now. It's like a looping. It's a looping thing. What we can do now is we can pre-compose these. Enable this transparent thing. Go to layer styles, drop shadow. Make this bigger. 35. So if you want, this is optional. If you go to text, and go to inside here, you can actually, if you add a line by using the pen tool and just clicking from here to here, you will get this weird line above the text. You probably won't like this, but it's gonna look better basically. So what you can do, line up to the middle, go to inside here, add zigzag, make the zigzag points smooth, and the ridges like 0 or 1, yeah, or no 2, yeah, something like this. Make it a bit smaller and get this cool weird line. Where it's still gonna look weird, so you can duplicate this text. Click on toggle switches and mode. On this second one, alpha matte shape layer 1. Remove the inner shadow on this one. Add a hue and saturation. Make this brighter. And make this stroke size smaller. And you see that looks pretty good. What you can do now is that you can actually you don't need a zigzag, but you can add a wiggle path. And then go inside here and then text and then here. Contents wiggle path and make this size bigger, and you'll get this weird funky thingy. Kind of ran up to it a bit to make it look different than it already is. Kind of wiggles per second. If you make this 5, it becomes bigger. Go back to the text, it looks like this, which looks pretty neat. But you don't need. I'm not gonna do this because, or you can probably do this because it looks cooler, but it lags my thing a lot, so it's not gonna do that. There you go. So, if you go over to main, we get this. Go to BG and drag circles onto here. We get this cool thing. Now, what we can do is click on this button, make this fractal lights, and make a new solid. Add fractal noise onto this. Go to transform, uniform scaling off. Make the height as big as you can, like 10,000. Make the contrast 450. And what we can do now is we can click Q until we got the square tool, rectangle. Double click on it. So now you'll see it makes a mask. If you double click on the mask, you can make this mask smaller. Make the mask feather bigger, like this. Make the, I'm gonna toggle switch to the modes. Make the mode screen. Oh, that didn't do anything. Sorry, that didn't do anything. Normal. Alright. So what we can do now, add a hue and saturation. Colorize, make this 100. Make the colorized hue the color of your intro, like around here. You can make the lightness less and the saturation lower, like this. That looks pretty neat. So we can now rotate this and do like around here, and it will make like a whole shine effect, like a shiny effect. We can make transparency 50% or 75. You can make the mask feather bigger. Move just, yeah. So that's pretty good. We can now go to effects, effect and noise, and go to evolution, keyframe evolution. Go over here. Just make this higher, and you'll get this cool thingy. We can now pre-compose this and make the mode screen. Okay. If it doesn't like me, then okay. I guess that's fine. We can now go to BG and add fractal lights onto here. We can make this screen, and it should work if I'm right. Yep, it works. Okay. Now try to duplicate this and rotate it by 180 degrees. Except go to hue and saturation and make this big, like lighter. You can also make like a lighter blue if you want, like that. If you go to main, it'll look like this. It could be very laggy because that's how intro is. Like, it's just laggy. So what we can do now, it looks like this. We can add our sync for now. So we can go to here, can add a transform onto this. Anyway, what we can do now is we can make the scale 100% and on here. Make this like 130. And then go over here. Just copy and paste these for every single marker. It must be like, okay, so let's remove the BG so it doesn't lag. It's pretty bad, and we'll fix that soon. So let's just ease these. We can now make these eases each have a in out ease. So just click on all these. Make these have like an out ease, or no, only you want only the top ones have an out ease. You want that. This. And then we can make these have a stronger ease. I'm not sure if this will work. Nope, that didn't work. new way. We can now open this thing, text document that I did not make. I just got it from like a Mew effects tutorial. So copy this wiggle thing. I'll click on partition and put this on here. Except make this 1. And what we can do now is we can make a new null object and name this null 3 because Mew effects like made this really weird. So we can add on that null layer, we can add a slider control. If we make this 1, we get this. Oh, it's pretty neat. So make this 0, but unlike the part where like the transform gets bigger, keyframe this and make this 2. And this is do the same thing like as like the transform. Get this. Look how easy ease these. Do the same thing as the other one. We can make these have like a very good out ease or good enough out ease. There we go. Make to maybe like 45. Yeah. Now add a glow for the sync. So this is gonna be sync glow. We can now actually rename this adjust layer to sync and null sync. So click on the go to the first marker. Keyframe or don't keyframe anything, but make the glow radius bigger, like 150 maybe. Keyframe glow intensity, go back 2 frames. Make this 0. Go forward 2 frames and again 2 frames. And make this 1. And just copy these for every marker. By pressing K, I forgot to mention that. Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. But yeah. Oh my gosh, I keep on messing up my freaking layout, dude. Okay. Anyway, it's pretty good. We can now move these back like 2 frames. It's not that good, but we can make this better soon. So I think there's an RGB option. I'm not sure if there is. Just that's a plugin. I can't do that. Blur. Let's see what type of blur there are. It's not good. Radio blur maybe? Nope. Camera lens blur. Shake deblur. That's some weird. Okay. Oh, jeez. Nope, don't want that. Okay. We have more? Smart blur. Shift out this Gaussian blur. Alright. So the best blur we can probably use is Gaussian blur because, you know, it's a Gaussian blur. That made a lot of sense. So the Gaussian blur is nothing, but we can make this bigger. Way bigger. Keyframe this, go back 2 frames, keyframe this, make it 0, go back, or go forward 4 frames, make it 0. There you go. We can now do this average sync thing. I'd move this back. You know what, let's not do that, because I just found a better way. Nope, we want the glow, we want the glow. So, what we can do now is add a new white solid. Put it below. It's bigger, and we can now keep an opacity. We can make this like 75. There we go. There we go. Okay, something wrong is so there's something wrong with the sync over here. There isn't. We could make the ease in out thing stronger. See how that is? Something like this. Like, yeah, like that. And if you want, you can also make the scale smaller, because that's a bit too much. So on every one of these frames things, let's do this. Maybe make the position thing smaller, like 30. No, let's just do like 40 maybe. Yep. Like that. Can make this like bigger maybe. Maybe make some bigger also. This is very laggy. Got a new smell layer, and we can add some glow maybe. Hopefully that helps. Glow radius, make this bigger, but make the intensity less. Threshold, maybe some more. That. So without this, it will look like this, but now it looks like this. What? It looks pretty good. We can add a new solid. Make sure it's a black solid. Add CC jaws. Make this 70. Its height's nothing.